As a real estate agent, I help people all the time who are looking for new places to live. I've also purchased my own home, so I have some opinions on what types of homes people should buy or should not buy. In today's video, I'm giving some information on the types of houses that you should never, ever, ever buy. Now, please know that these are just my opinions. Obviously, you guys are going to buy what you want to buy, but this video can help you to save some money and save some potential hassle and headaches down the line. If you are new to my channel, welcome. You have come to the right place for all there is to know about living, working, playing, thriving in the Baltimore metro region. Make sure you tap the bell and hit the subscribe button so that you can be alerted whenever there are new videos to the channel. My name is Persia and I'm a local realtor here in the Baltimore metro region, and every day I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you who are looking to move to the Baltimore area, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in the next 9 days or 90 days, please feel free to give me a call, send me a text, write me an email. We can set up a Zoom call, and it would be my absolute pleasure to help you make the move to the Baltimore metro region. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it, and the first type of house that you should never buy, in my opinion, are homes that are super old, potentially over 100 years old. Now, with that being said, and if you've seen my videos before, you'll know that Baltimore is filled with old houses, and I actually really love old houses. They're super charming. They have a lot to offer because they're unique and, you know, they're beautiful. So I know in past videos we've talked about how a lot of the real estate here in Baltimore is older. My first house was built in 1920, which, guess what? 100-year-old house. You'll see in the Baltimore area that a lot of these older homes have been renovated. They've been flipped. So the insides are super new, but the outside, the original structure of the home is really old. The reality of potentially finding houses that are newer in Baltimore is pretty good. There are new construction sites in Baltimore, but the majority of houses, especially row houses that you're going to find, are going to be older homes. So I say this to let you know that if you are buying an older house, it's important to know about the potential pitfalls of buying something that's older so that you are aware and know any potential problems that might be coming down the line. Example, if you're buying an older home, please know that older homes originally came with lead pipes. Some of those pipes may have been replaced, some may have not, so it's important to know what's going on with the plumbing. One thing that I always tell my clients is to make sure that they have a sewer line inspection, which is super important for these old houses because, again, those lead pipes and those sewer lines, which are under the ground leading out of the house, can lead to a lot of potential problems. Sometimes tree roots block them, sometimes they get out of alignment and cause blockages, and you do not want to have a sewer backup in your house. Getting a sewer line inspection has saved my clients so much money because we are able to find out about blocks or problems with the sewer line in advance, and then we're able to negotiate with the seller about how we're able to fix it or if they even want to proceed with the purchase, because sewer line blockages are no joke. They're very expensive, over $10,000 to fix. Another important thing to think about if you're buying an older house that's over 100 years old is the electrical and the wiring. In most of these flipped houses, they will have updated the wiring, but in some of these older houses I'm seeing they might not have updated all of the wiring, or there may be some old wiring that they haven't gotten rid of. During the course of a home inspection, you might hear about something called knob and tube wiring, which is something that was used in older homes in this area that is now defunct, but we still see it during home inspections. In fact, one of my last buyers, there was knob and tube wiring in the home still. It wasn't actively being used, but even its presence is a fire hazard. So we had to negotiate with the seller in order to get rid of that knob and tube wiring. So these older houses have older things that sometimes can be problematic that may cause issues down the line if you do not have them addressed. Another issue that these old houses have are asbestos. Asbestos is something that we now know is a cancer-causing material, but was used back in the day in attics and other kind of non-living spaces in order to protect pipes to insulate them. We also have what is called asbestos tiles, which are present in some basements in this area, which are toxic if you are taking them out and you inhale the remnants of it. So it's really important during the course of your home inspection to know if there are any asbestos materials in the home, which were very prevalent back in the day. In these older homes, you also have to keep an eye on unsafe features in the home, like super steep staircases. Some of these homes have old laundry chutes, have dumb waiters, have really low ceilings. So all of these things are features of older homes, which might be problematic for you as a buyer. Okay, next on the list, I would never, ever, ever buy a home that is in a flood zone. Now look, Baltimore, especially in the inner harbor areas, sometimes we get a lot of rain, sometimes there are flood warnings, but for the most part, you are not technically in a flood zone in most areas of this city. So, I would definitely keep an eye on places that are a flood zone, 100-year flood zones, 500-year flood zones. You do not want to take the potential risk of any kind of flood happening, even if they say it's not going to happen for another 100 years or 500 years. You don't want that problem. Another thing to think about if you are buying a home in a floodplain is that you have to buy extra supplemental flood insurance, and there's an extra cost associated with that. The average cost of flood insurance in the state of Maryland is about an extra $700 annually. So that's an extra added expense on top of the taxes and insurance and mortgage and private mortgage insurance, everything that you're already paying. So it's another reason to try to avoid a home that is in a flood zone area. Information on flood zones typically is not included on like a Zillow or a Redfin listing, so it's really important that you're working with a great agent who can inform you if there's any information that you don't know, like if it's in a flood zone or any disclosures that the seller has made about problems with the house. That's why you want to talk to your agent, because those things are not public information. The next type of home that I would never, ever, ever buy is a house that was flipped by an LLC. Now, with that being said, in Baltimore with these older houses, there are lots and lots and lots of homes that are flipped by an LLC. And I will say, sometimes those flips are top notch, and maybe I actually would buy it, but sometimes they're horrible. I have been in flipped properties before where everything looks amazing in the photos. Those angles and filters that they use on these real estate photos are amazing, but when I go into the home in person, a bunch of red flags pop up. And the thing that's a red flag are when there are cosmetic issues with the home. And that could be the new luxury vinyl plank flooring isn't lining up, or it's kind of like wonky and the floors feel weird, or they're not level. If the paint job is bad, I've seen LLC flips where the paint job is just shoddy and it's not, matching up the seams and it's splotchy. That's a red flag. If you can't get the paint right, what else is wrong in the house, right? So it's important to look at the cosmetics, and if the cosmetics are bad, there might also be some things behind the walls, things in the guts of the house that we can't see that might also be bad. It's important when you're house hunting to look at the property history of a home so that is it somebody who's lived in the house and taken really good care of it over the course of years? Is it a flip? Knowing the property history can give you some good information to let you know how you want to proceed. The next type of home that I would never, ever, ever buy is a home that has a bunch of over-the-top custom features. It's important to remember the importance of resale value, and if you have a bunch of custom features in your home, then it's quite possible that the next people who are looking to buy when you're trying to sell are not going to be interested. Over-the-top features can include things like ornate custom kitchens that have super dark wood and, cabinetry that's not appealing to everybody. Could be, what I'm seeing lately are a bunch of light fixtures and chandeliers that are like super ornate and just look really, really fancy for some average row houses. They just don't seem to fit. I'm seeing that a lot as a design choice in row houses in flips, and I'm not a fan. Other things I see are these like LED lighted custom fireplaces, like gas fireplaces. That might not be appealing to everybody either. If you fall in love with a home that has a bunch of custom features, more power to you. Just keep in mind that it might be an issue come resale time. And last but not least, I would never ever ever buy a home that has an indoor pool or that has an above ground large pool. I'm gonna say this is for the Baltimore market. If you're living in Ocean City or on the Eastern Shore or something like that, this doesn't count. There may be buyers out there who really love a swimming pool, but in this market, I think a lot of buyers see swimming pools as extra hassle, extra money, extra maintenance, extra headaches. There's currently a home on the market in one of my favorite Parkville neighborhoods, which is Villa Cresta, and it's a beautiful house, but it's been on the market for an extremely long time for this market, and I really feel like it's because of the fact that it has an in-ground swimming pool. It just doesn't appeal to everybody. So there you have it, my list of homes that I would never ever ever buy. I hope that this has been informational to you. If you are thinking about making a move and thinking about what factors you should consider when thinking about what type of home to purchase. Again, if you are thinking about making a move to the Baltimore area, please make sure to reach out to me, to my team. We would love to help you. You can call us, text us, email us. We could set up a Zoom call. And we would love to help you make a smooth transition to Baltimore. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.